Hello, hi, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to see some of the practice questions in regarding computer awareness. What is telnet? It is a remote login. Telnet is a remote login. In Word, when you intend a paragraph, you change the margins on the page. You will not push the text in. You will not move the text up or one line. You will not text down, but you will change the margins on the page. Option is 2. How do you measure character size? We can measure the character size by font. A key that will erase information from the computer's memory and characters on the screen is delete key. This is so simple. Logic chip is also known as microprocessor. A removable magnetic disk that holds information is called floppy disk. Which keys enable the input of numbers quickly? Numbers kavalante we should need numeric keypad. Option is 3rd. To exit the program without leaving the application, what is to be done? We have to close. Dash provides process and memory management services that allows 2 or more tasks, jobs or programs to run simultaneously is multitasking. Option number 1. Which ports connect special types of music instruments to sound cards? Music instrument sounds ni sound cards ki connect cheyadaniki, that is option number 4, MIDI. To insert a copy of the clipboard contents whatever was last cutted or copied at the insertion point, what is to be done? We have to paste it. Cut chesindanni, copy chesindanni, we have to paste it. The contents of the dash are lost when the computer turns off. The contents of the memory are lost when the computer turns off. Tangible, physical. Option number 4. Tangible, physical computer equipment that can be seen and touched is called hardware. Physical is hardware. Option number 1. The dash enables you to simultaneously keep multiple web pages open in one browser. Is tab row. The main memory of a computer can also be called as primary storage, internal memory, primary memory. The answer is all the above. Junk email is also known as spam. So internet requires an international agreement to connect the computers. Internet local area network commonly agreed set of rules to communicate between the computers. Option 3 is the correct answer. When speaking of computer input and output, input refers to data. Option number 1, any data processing that occurs from new data inputted into the computer. Data or information that has been entered into the computer is input. Second option correct. And the transmission of data that has been input into the computer. Third, 2 and 3 are correct. Option number 4. What resides on the motherboard and connects the CPU to the other components on the motherboard? System bus. Answer is option number 2, system bus. PayZapp offered by the Dash is an ideal mobile payment method. PayZapp offered by HDFC Bank is an ideal payment wallet. It is option number 1. So what resides on the motherboard and connects the CPU to the other components of the on the motherboard is system bus. In the ER diagram, attributes are represented by a rectangle, square, ellipse and triangle. So in the ER diagram, attributes are represented by ellipse. The dash performs simple mathematics for the CPU. The dash performs simple mathematics for the CPU is ALU. We all know that mathematics ఏదైనా మ్యాథమెటిక్స్కి సంబంధించింది we can find అంటే ఏది చేస్తుంది సిపియూలో ఏది చేస్తుంది అంటే ALU does that. Connection or link to the other documents or web pages that contain related information is called hyperlink connection or link to other documents or web pages that contain related information is called hyperlink. DVD is an example of. So DVD is an example of optical disc. 25. Use this when you want to make all the letters capital. మనందరికీ తెలిసిందే, when you want to make all the letters capital without having the use of shift key each character, what does this prefer? Caps lock key. మన capital letters అన్ని కావాలంటే we should use caps lock key. 26th question. A device that reads the information contained on a disk and transfer it to the computer memory. So what it is disk drive. Which of the following is not the major function of a computer? Which of the following is not the major function of a computer? So computer can process the data into information, it can store the data, it can accept the data, but it cannot analyze the data or the information. So which is not the major function of the computer is fourth option. The main job of a CPU is to carry out program instructions, store the information for future use, process the data and information. So 28th is fourth option. 1 and 3 are correct. Which of the following is an example of optical disc? So which of the following is an example of optical disc? Digital versatile disc are the examples of optical disc. ఇందాక మనం చూసుకున్నట్టయితే DVD is an example of optical disc. The folder retains copies of the message that you have started but are not yet ready to send is. So copies of messages that are remained but we are not ready to send them అనేటి ఏంటి అంటే అవి మనకు ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అయితే డ్రాఫ్ట్స్లో సేవ్ అవుతాయి కదా. సో ద ఫోల్డర్ రిటైన్స్ ద కాపీస్ ఆఫ్ ద మెసేజెస్